Saturday morning, jumped out of bed.
Oh, gotta love a little magic action going on right there. Now, hiking to a waterfall gives you a refreshing destination. Not far from Crested Butte is Judd Falls. We're hitting the trail to the falls as we explore Colorado. Close to the small town of Gothic, home of the Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory, is this trail lined with wildflowers. At the trailhead on Schofield Pass Road, photographers have their cameras out. And here's why. The aspen sunflowers are bits of sunshine surrounded by green. Look closely in the yarrow, just spotted some columbines. The state flower is a spectacular sight to see in the wild. And it's neat to see honeybees in action. This is definitely a colorful hike, passing through a field of purples, yellows, and whites. There are even a few reds swaying in the breeze. Look closely in the aspens and fireweed. Here's a better look at the doe munching on the wildflowers. Just a few minutes later in these aspens is this guy who takes a break from eating to check me out. First sound of a babbling brook along the Copper Creek Trail. From here, we're a half mile to Judd Falls. There are wildflower-studded meadows. Along the trail, it's lined with aspens in spots. As the sun shines, this is an easy trail to navigate. In the distance is Mount Crested Butte. We come up to the Judd Falls weather station. It sits in the shadow of Gothic Mountain and measures everything from wind to rain and snow. Access to the falls is courtesy of the Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory. They are doing a lot of biology, botany, and climate research projects in this area. The trail starts to get a little more rocky, but this is about as much ridge-like as it gets. The downhills aren't bad either. This is more of a roller kind of hike with continual easy ups and downs. In the aspens, a spot of wildflower I've never seen before. It's curly-head goldenweed. Here's the first look at Judd Falls. Let's get a better view. Even from up high, you can hear the thunderous roar of the water rushing by as it cascades down into Copper Creek. Time to take the trail less traveled and scramble down to the creek. At creek level, the water continues to rush by as it stair steps down. From down here, the top of the canyon walls are way up there. From the falls to fields covered with wildflowers, this hike is filled with beauty. It is such a fantastic hike. Now, the trailhead for Judd Falls is about 8.5 miles north of Crested Butte. It's very close to the town of Gothic. It's a short, easy hike to the overlook from Schofield Pass Road. It's about 2 miles round trip, but there is an upper lot. If you have a high-profile vehicle, you can get to that. It does shorten the hike to about a mile, and you can add mileage if you want and hike to Copper Lake. But guys, this is one of those, I'm always in search of. I love, doing some of the advanced hikes and strenuous hikes, but I also really enjoy finding those hikes that are perfect for families. Yeah. And where you can take small children, really hitting all ages for it. And I think this is one of those because there's so much to see along the way, as you were seeing the wildflowers and the deer, and then of course the waterfall. It's just spectacular to hear that roar of the water coming down.
I loved it. I feel like I just went on vacation.
And it didn't look busy either. It didn't look like there were a lot of people out there.
No, and I went at about 7:30 in the morning, so it was quiet, and that's a good time if you want to see the deer. The elk are also starting to be a little bit more active, all across the state, and that's a perfect time to get out there. But put it on your list. You got to check out that small town of Gothic. Of course, Crested Butte is one of my favorite spots in the state, but really enjoy doing some of those hikes and sharing the wildflowers. And you got a couple more weeks before the wildflowers are gone.
That's it?
Yep,
Oh,
I'm seeing some pictures this morning from folks. A friend of mine up in Breckenridge put up there her picture of her kid all bundled up and like, oh, it's sweater weather this morning. Hashtag winter is coming. Let me tell